Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. In the last episode, we got ourselves a hover scooter. I'm not kidding. What kid has not wanted to own a hover scooter within their lifetime? This 10-year-old is living that dream. Anyway, in this episode, we're going to be using said hover scooter to go out to the desert and find out what Cipher's been up to. But the question is, what am I doing here at Realgam Tower? Well, there was something that I was considering doing for a while now, and a lot of you guys in the comments were mirroring what I was already thinking, so I decided to go for it. I went and bought the TM for Light Screen. And I want to teach this to Jinzo. Just because how can I put this? I keep overestimating how much damage Jinzo's going to do in battle, and believe me, I know that Baltoy's attack and special attack are really not that good. I know this. It's just that I tend to overestimate how much damage it's really going to do in battle. And I'm kind of a little ways from evolving as well, so as much as I hate to get rid of a move that you can't get in other Pokemon games on this Pokemon, I think I'm going to get it refreshed because, frankly, I've never once used it, and I don't see myself using it in the foreseeable future. Plus, I have tons of items. Plus, we're actually getting something that, well, it won't help with these statuses, though, but you know what I mean. It's just that I don't have any reason to have this move at all, and I've never used it, though, so I think I'm going to do that. Light Screen will boost the special defense of the entire party for 5 turns. Or rather, it reduces damage of special attacks. It doesn't actually raise your special defense. And I could just see myself using that a lot more than, say, Refresh. Plus, on top of that, it gives me something to do other than attacking, which I think that is a much better way to go about doing things. Anyway, Billy Bob still has the experience share. I'm going to have these two in the lead. Let's finally, at long last, go out into the desert and find out what is up. We're finally making progress. What we found is not a new base of Cipher. Not a hideout, nothing like that. But the SS Libra, the missing Pokemon transport ship. That missing bonsly that we were set out to find might be here. And this is also where we needed to go to find out what Cipher was up to. Everything comes together. Let's go inside the ship's hull. Michael, thanks for being so patient. The pre-gym is finally set to reopen after the Cipher takeover bid, so we can finally go and challenge the pre-gym. We can battle with the real Justy, not an imposter, but finally the real deal. And check it out! We have the strongest Pokemon protagonist ever! He has HM04 strength built into his body! He might have like the scrawniest arms that you have ever seen, but this guy is... look at him! He can push boxes without any sort of trouble whatsoever. RPG protagonists need to learn from this kid. He has little tiny stick arms, and he can push this. I apologize that I'm pushing this back and forth, though, but I kind of screwed it up in the first place by pushing it too far. And that's one thing I don't like about this place. Thing is, if you walk up to a ledge, you will jump off of it, just like in other Pokemon games. I know, you didn't think you'd see that mechanic here. And it is very easy to accidentally walk off the ledge. I recommend that you switch to using the D-pad, because you can do that. I guess you can also use the C-stick in this game for some stupid reason, but you can. Right here, you get an iron! Okay, generous. Item boxes are generous once again. I can't think of a better Pokemon to give that to than... the one that quite literally is iron. Yes, we got defense raised on our Aron, and we're good to go. I don't want to show this again. Sorry about that, but there's probably going to be a lot of cutting, though, because that pushing can take a really long time, and you're just hearing the same sound effect over and over again. So, we head up here. We go up. After all I do to get here, we let one get away on us. Isn't that right, Snidle? Oh, yes, indeed. Such a lost opportunity for it was obviously rare. If only it had been caught. Why, if you caught it, Gorrigan, your collection would have been enhanced by 0.7%. Such a disappointing loss. Took off because you made so much noise, Gorrigan, sir. I heard that. You pinning the blame on me? That's blatant insubordination. I'm in a foul mood today, not plain foul. Foul. Today of all days. Oh, Gorrigan, sir, an intruder. Urgh, that fool Snaddle had to screw up. Someone let this outsider get in here? Our recovery plan's done, but we can't let you go. Not after you've seen us here. Hey! Yes, sir. Teach this little boy a thing or two about pain. Aye, aye, sir. You just leave everything to me. You can be assured the job will be done while you return to the lair. See to it! Well, now you heard the man. I must get back to the lair too. You know what to do. Wait a second, that's not what you said. Allow me to explain. We have a crucial job to do with the lair. We need to make sure out a Pokemon from those that were on the ship. You do agree this is indeed important, don't you? If you were to do the job, you would take 38% more effort than I. In that case, Gorgon's move would worsen by 72%. You do agree that that is most inefficient, don't you? As a result, if you were to take this boy from my place, we would be ahead 63% in terms of overall efficiency. You do understand, don't you? It's only for efficiency's sake. I'll be going now. Why do I always get the feeling I've been had? And I don't get it. Why is this guy getting had? His rank looks higher than the other guy. Like, his suit is more awesome. Like, he has, like, a yellow scarf and his helmet's fancier. Smarten. Hey, if you don't want to get duped, you better smarten yourself up. Anyway, this area kind of bugs me a little bit. Not because there's a shipwreck in the middle of a desert at all. Because through dramatic irony, we know what is going on in that way. You know how that's over there. But I want you to look in the background behind the trainer that we're battling next time that we see it. Because if you look closely, there's a flag waving behind him and it looks really weird. Just look. If we can. Come on. Rock Tomb. Wasn't expecting to see that. Come on. Are you going to show the flag or not? Because I really, really would like to show that. And why did you use that? It would have been super big. Never mind. I'm just concerned that as far as I'm concerned, Cipher is just a bunch of idiots. All right. This is going to be special attack. And, okay, we resist. Well, don't resist it, though, but we had damage reduced from it. Okay, good. So, is it going to show the flag now? No. Can we show the tank thing that I want to talk about? Okay. Maybe I should just talk about something else in the meantime while I'm just kind of waiting for that. And yeah, I need to see that close-up of the Spanish. No, there it is! Okay, that flag, it's like the X-axis on like a crinkled flag is just being reversed over and over again. It does not look like it is waving at all. It just looks funny. I'm sorry, but like it looks really, really lazy. I'm gonna go for Blizzard. Okay. Now, what I was gonna be saying is that I kind of want to add on to what I was saying before about how I'm kind of sad that they never made another game in the series. And that is that, like I said, Coliseum and XD have their problems. I'm not going to say that they don't. I'm not going to say they're perfect games or that they're like amazing games. They're decent games. But they have their problems. And they could go a lot further, like I said. And I feel like there is serious potential here. Now, as we have learned throughout the course of this story, is that in Coliseum we were fighting the Ore branch of Cipher. And we have learned that Cipher exists elsewhere, and this is them trying to take on the Ore region again. So it is implied that they exist elsewhere throughout the world, you know, that they have other branches, and that this is just one of their many branches. You could have other regions under attack by Cipher, and it would make sense within the context of this world and everything that they've established. It's like they were intending to do another game, but just never got to do it. And it's kind of a shame, though, because I feel like that they were probably intended to do more with this whole idea, if that was the case. And of course, as soon as I start using light screen, we have a bunch of physical attacks used on us in battle. I'm going to throw out Billy Bob just because he's lower leveled, and even though he is susceptible to water damage, I'm just going to hope that he's an idiot and just chooses to attack Billy Bob with Teddy Ursa. So let's see. Go! Didn't think that was going to KO by a long shot. Oh, frozen! Damn, I'm getting lucky. Okay, I didn't need Teddy Ursa, but I did freeze. We'll go takedown. I'll go Water Pulse. There we go. Okay, this is pretty good. He's using Feint Attack. Oh my god, is that going to be... Is that gonna... Ah, 6 damage. I was hoping for 1 damage. Oh well. Can't complain about 6 damage though, but I still would have liked to have added it to that non-existent counter that I haven't been tracking. Alright, Huntail takes damage. Down it goes. And Coughing. Okay. I like Coughing. Good on you for using Coughing. I do like it. Yours might not be blue like mine was, but hey, I like Coughing nonetheless. Still a good choice. Down goes Teddy Ursa. And now, let's hope. I am hoping... Actually, no, I'm not going to get a level up on my ball during this battle, unfortunately. I hate to say it, though, but I'm really not. Okay. We'll go Iron Tail. I know it has high defense. And I'll go Ice Beam. This should take it out. Okay. What? Okay, I know that I got Rock Tomb, though, but you know it's sad when an Aron is the fastest Pokemon on the field. Just saying, that's kind of funny. Sludge, come on, attack. No, it's not attacking Aron. Oh, well, uh-oh. Am I gonna faint here? Crap, am I gonna... Oh! Okay, I didn't get 1 damage. I'm sorry, I'm kind of laughing at just how weird that sounded. My oh sounded weird. Oh no, not having a Pokemon survive the end of a battle when it wasn't gonna level up. Alright, we've won. Snaps his finger, shows us his tight butt on his costume, and then gives us 1080 Poké-Dollars once again, of course. And he just vanishes into thin air, but he's replaced by some construction worker who walks very funny. I watched you battle those downright bizarre people. You're some kind of tough, aren't you? Huh? Me? I just happened to stumble across the ship, so I made it my home. You know, there's plenty of food and all. I have to admit, certain things bug me, but nothing's perfect in life. I gotta admit, I'm glad that weird bunch is gone. I owe you thanks for that, at least. You must be tired after that battle, right? You can rest up at my place. It's in the warehouse. And we get fully healed. How generous of him. So it really didn't matter that Spheal survived. Well, did you get some decent rest? You're free to use a bit whenever you feel tired, okay? Alright, so we have a free place where we can heal whenever we want, which is actually kind of pointless, as you'll see here in a minute. Anyway, he says that every so often there's odd noises coming from deep in the ship's hull. And there's something down there. Are we gonna go look? Ooh, sounds adventurous. We're gonna go down there, we're gonna fight some kind of giant monster that is, you know, going to, like, be one hell of a battle for us. You know, we're gonna barely get through, and wait a minute. This guy has the hipster shirt. Like, this is the shirt that's worn by those hipster, I think they're, I forget what they're called. I think they're casual dudes in Coliseum. This guy, he went from hipster to construction worker. Interesting. Now, one thing that kind of sucks is that if you want to leave this area to do anything else, you can't. But what's a little less sucky is you get a battle CD right here. Again, I'll be showing on screen what these give you as we collect them, though. I'll just kind of be passively doing that from here on out. And we got basically strength puzzles without having strength in this game. So we gotta push these. And just saying, on the side of those boxes, I know that it says Poke Food, and I assume that it's referencing Pokesnacks, like maybe the Japanese name Pokesnacks. When I was a kid, I could not read the text on the side of it as Poke Food at all. I seriously thought it said Pong Foco, and I'm like, what the heck is Pong Foco? Like, it does look like it says Pong Foco, doesn't it? Like, I hope I'm not crazy. It really does look like 2 BP ups! Damn, generous. Item boxes are generous. But when I was a kid, I thought it said that. I thought, like, Pong Foco was Japanese or something, and I'm like, huh, I wonder what Pong Foco is. Like, I don't know, I was a weird kid. I still kind of am. We got a Firestone right here. This is the first time that you've been able to get a Firestone aside from choosing Flareon at the beginning. I did have some people going out of their way to correct me, telling me that, no, you could evolve Vulpix into Ninetales if you just chose Flareon at the beginning and then just chose not to evolve your starter Pokemon. But I wasn't really thinking anybody would do that. I've never known anybody to do that. And I certainly would not ever suggest doing that, you know, just having an Eevee that late in the game. Unless you were planning to not raise an Eevee of any kind, which I suppose is an option, though. But come on, Eevee is like the best idea they've ever had for a starter Pokemon, and I wish more games would do something like that. Stop interrupting me! God! Okay. In all seriousness, I suggest moving with the D-pad in these areas, because if you fall off, you got freaking... I suggest moving with the D-pad in these areas because it is very easy to fall off. And if you jump down behind where the crate is, you gotta push it out of the way and then push it back into place and then, ugh. Okay. Also, if you push it up against a wall, you do have to leave the room and come back. If you do that, the box's position will be reset. You can't pull. At least I don't think you can. Actually, I don't think I've ever tried that. Let's see. Can I pull? No, I cannot. All right. This room. We are gonna be here a while, to say the least. Nice voice crack, by the way. I gotta compliment myself. I gotta compliment myself where compliments are due. I had one hell of a voice crack there. Is that a good thing? No, but I did a good job at having my voice crack on me, as per usual. That was half a voice crack. Okay, so I don't know. I did it pretty well the first time though, but I'm kind of losing my touch at it then if I couldn't do it as well the second time. You know. I don't know. I wasn't intending to do it either time, just making that clear. I wasn't, like, trying to outdo myself actively, you know. I wasn't trying to hamper my, I'll just shut up now. We got 2 item boxes here. You push them like this, you can get them both in one go. We got TM35, which is Flamethrower. No Pokemon on my team is capable of learning that. If you picked up that, Houndour, I forget if it has it, but either way, it's a really good move for fire types or just for any special attack in general. We get a Yellow Flute right here. That will cure Confusion, and it's infinite use. So Person Berries, made absolutely useless. Full heals for Healing Confusion, been made absolutely useless. We head up here, and this is that giant monster that was keeping this guy awake at night. Yep. Everything just comes together, doesn't it? We approach him. And it runs away, just like that Farfetch'd. You know the one I'm talking about. The Farfetch'd that you have to chase down in Gen 2. It's much more annoying than that, though, because you have this little unskippable sequence every time. Now, to sneak up on it, you have to take your big shoes and walk very, very, very slowly up to him. Yes, I'm not kidding. You really do have to walk this slow. Like, you can just barely nudge the control stick. I've gone up to him at what I perceive to be walking speed, and we get an email. What email was so important that it interrupted that? Michael, I'd like to write a novel featuring you as the main character. Please let me interview you. I have a good feeling about the story. I may be generous with my thanks. Thank you. Yep, we got interrupted by Akari, the mother of Emily, friend of Jovi. Yet another way that being acquainted with Jovi has ruined our life. Okay. He does, however, drop the leftovers. Really good hold item. Restores a 16th of your HP at the end of every turn automatically. I'm not going to equip this to anybody. I might equip it to Billy Bob a little bit later, though, but it's just that I always feel like leftovers is kind of that one hold item that you only ever equip if you have nothing else to equip to that Pokemon. So that's why I tend to avoid it. Not because it's bad, it's just that I kind of feel like that I could always have something better on that Pokemon, unless it was like really, really demanding that every HP counted, like if I was using like a substitute or something like that. Which, granted, there is a substitute move tutor here, or rather off in Augate Village there is, so maybe it would be a good decision, not really sure. Anyway, we're gonna head back up these stairs, we're gonna see that worker again, and he's gonna sleep easier at night. Oh hey, so how was it? Was there anything down there? I see, so it was a Pokemon down there. I'll sleep better at night knowing that. Is that right? So it was a Pokemon that a girl asked you to find. You say you got away. Well, this place isn't a very welcome place for wild Pokemon to survive in. Why don't you try looking for it in places where wild Pokemon are apt together? Yep! Anyways, I'll be heading off for home now. After all, you've solved what worries I had. I'm surely indebted. Come see me whenever you like. You're always welcome. All because we got an email at a really inconvenient time. We gotta go back to the Pokespots, and you know how much I love that. Alright. Let's see if he says anything else. Don't be a stranger having to be in the area. Drop by to see me anytime. Now, you see what I mean by the fact that this place to heal is kind of worthless? Think about how far into this area you need to walk to get to that bed. Think about how many battles we have had since getting that bed available to us. Think about it. Whoa, the flag actually has the same terrible effect right here. Like, I can see the text that says Libra. That's actually pretty cool, but everything else is a little bit lame. So, just think about that for a minute. Just how often we have actually gotten into battle since getting that bed. How far you have to walk into this, compared to just going up to, like, Mount Battle or someplace like that and just walking inside and boom, there's a Pokemon Center right there. I mean, the guy's nice to offer his bed to us, don't get me wrong. But it's just, it's like the most pointless healing place in the entire game. Like, this whole area, we have not got into a single fight.